Hi everyone, welcome to Under One Umbrella Designs. My name's Lorraine, I'm the owner and creator, and I would like to welcome everybody and encourage you to hit that subscribe button for me. And I have two projects today. One is a project that I did a long time ago and never sold, so I'm redoing it. It's an old frame I've thrifted, of course, and it was kind of bland. It was cute, but it was bland. I wanted to upcycle it and do something a little different with it. So I decided to redo the whole thing, paint it, and put some castings on it. My idea for this is kind of to go into a little boy's room or maybe even an office. So I have my fusion paint. It's the Liberty Blue, and I do 2 full coats on the whole entire piece, front and back. This is a all-in-one paint. It has a primer and a top coat in it. So I've done 2 full coats, front and back. Just drying it so I can work a little bit faster. Put that aside. Now I'm going to, with the glass pieces of the frame, or that go into the frame, I'm going to do a velvet powder on them. So you take your tacky glue, you go put a nice even coat over the glass. And I'm just set that aside to tacky up a little bit, give it 10-15 minutes, and it gets really tacky and it accepts the velvet powder. And the velvet powder and the tacky glue are from Pentart. Now I've used my specimen mold by IOD, and I have my Fabricast epoxy. It's the 10-minute one. So, and I take equal parts, mix it together, and I just poured 4 molds just of different bugs that I want to showcase on the frame. So then I let that cure, harden up, and in the meantime I am now taking my velvet powder in blue, of course, you can see that. Put it a pretty good amount on, and then you just rub it in, and it kind of takes on the texture of velvet. Need more. Give it a good healthy coat, and then just rub it in, and it rubs on, and you rub all the little clumped up pieces off, and it's to make it just smooth like a velvet coating. So I do that on all 4 of those frames. And I know coming up there, I missed a bunch. My phone died when I was recording this, so I missed a bunch of stuff in it, but I'll tell you what I did. So I did all 4 of those pieces of glass that fit in the frame the same way with the blue velvet powder. It's very messy, but it's fun. I put it on a piece of paper, and then I can just dump all the excess off and back into the jar, so you're not wasting it. And just so the frame, the velvet powder isn't kind of see-through, I did a quick coat on all of the back of the glass, just so it doesn't, if you see any white spots, the blue hides that. So here's what I've done. I missed a whole bunch of stuff. I'm so sorry. I had the gold paint and by Pentart, the gold metal pigment powder. So what I did is mix that up, and I did all the, you can see all the edges of the oval in the frame and on the outside of the frame. I highlighted all that in the gold metal paint. And then I had a casting from a long time ago, painted that and put that, that's from the conservatory mold, the little label there. And now I'm going around with Millet's pages, all the bugs on that sheet, and just strategically placing them all over so it fills in nicely and there's no big gaps. And I'm just rubbing them in. You can cut those transfers all up and rearrange them however you want. And this project did turn out really nice. Yeah, so I'm just taking and filling them all in. I glued, also painted the bugs that I casted earlier and painted them with the gold paint and just glued them down with Gorilla Glue. Looks pretty sharp. The blue and gold are really eye-catching. Yeah, so then I take my fingers and rub them all down. You don't want to have any of the transfers sticking up. I think this will look really cute in the boys' room. So now here I'm using the Fusion top coat. I think it's the matte. The matte is not really matte at all. At least I think it is. And then I found these old stamps that I had from, I think I thrifted them as well. And I'm stamping entomology on it. That's like meaning the collection of bugs. I'll have reveal some better pictures at the end. If you have any questions about that piece, just let me know. I know I didn't get it recorded very well. Oh, so now here I'm on to my second project. I got these plastic molds from the dollar store. This one had a top on it so you could hang it on a tree in the center, the big one. So I cut that out and now I'm just filling in the hole with some clay that I had. Here I've got my lock and key molds out and I'm putting in some baking soda so the clay release is easier. And for each one of these hearts I did kind of like a little focal point on them. Each one will have a lock placed on them. Put down a good amount of your wood glue. Press them down gently. I got this idea from Aaron from Provincial Farmhouse. Mine are done a little bit different. I used the wood rings, cut them down and kind of formed them, cut them kind of slanted so they'd fit on the round part of the heart, and then just glued them down with wood glue and hot glue. Now I'm taking, I believe that's called the Juliet mold by IOD, and I am going to be casting a whole bunch of these roses and putting them all around the hearts as well. Then I do all three the same. These hearts went many different colors. You don't see that in the video, but they went all red, and then I thought that was boring. I need to break it up. So then I did a red, I think a green. What was the other color? No, red, ivory, and a real dusty pink. Didn't like that. And then I changed them again, and what I changed them is what you'll see. So yeah, you just go around, piece your castings together, placing them on, fitting them in. Kind of take a little tool there and blend them together. This wasn't hard to do. You just got to make sure that you get really good contact with your mold or with your casting to your object that you're applying them to. They tend to want to lift up if you're not holding them, so you've got to make sure you've got a really good adhesion there. So I take a little rosebud, stick it into a place that had a void, and just kind of worked all over the mold, or all over to the heart. I'd say I was doing them for Valentine's, but I was a little late with that. But I think they're cute for any time, really. Like a bowl filler or a little girl's room. I have a little granddaughter and a little grandson, so I guess all my some of my projects have them in mind. She would love these. She actually was helping me that day. I gave her a heart and she was painting it and gluing on molds. It was cute. She took after her grandma with the crafting. She loves crafting and painting. So we're working in the studio together. Yeah, so I just go and use pieces. You can break your castings up to however you need them. You don't have to use it exactly how it's made. So just going in with doing the same thing on the little ones now. I'm using the little bit of Sculpey clay that I have left over. It's a lot whiter than the DOS. I like that, but eventually paint them anyway. So here I'm going in with Fort York Red, giving the bigger heart all an entire coat. Oh, I forgot to mention in the earlier clips that, yeah, I went in after, before I put the molds on the little hearts, I coated them entirely with Fusion Snowdrop all-in-one paint. I just found it was easier filling in the crevices and stuff. So now I'm using, what's that one called? That's called Azure by Fusion as well. That's on one of the hearts that I did. Here, I'm just adjusting my camera. That's not good. There we go. That's better. I'm at work now. So I'm just going in and filling that one up. Tired of getting into all the crevices and all the details of the castings that were on there. Now they've all dried and it can be a little bit more aggressive with painting, but so I can get into the crevices. Still using a soft brush though, because I don't want to damage it in any way. That paint really coats really nice. Easy to put on. Dries quite quickly. Actually in there, my work is actually a tanning studio as well, so it dries really quick, and I like to have a little mister bottle just to give it a little bit of help, because it dries too fast and you can't move the paint around. So here I'm going, you can see I painted it with, I think that was called Damask by Fusion. It's kind of a dusty rose, but I wanted the pink to be a little bit brighter, and so I used, which one is this? Peony? Rose peony, I think. This one I haven't had in stock for very long, so it's a newer one for me anyway. I think it's probably been out for a while. I just haven't had it in my shop. I'm actually just going into the studio and I'm going to take a look to make sure that that is what it is. Ouch. Oh no, it's called English Rose. That's a really nice color. A little cleaner than the Dusty Rose was. I was also working on some little keychains right beside me there. I don't video them. This little video took me a long time to tape, actually, because it was while I was at work. Stop and go, stop, go. Oh, so now I'm done with the painting. Now I'm going in with detail, and I'm mixing up Pentart, the gold metal pigment with, I just use my Fusion Gloss top coat mix. Is really good. It looks really nice. Instead of the pigment fix, I tried that and it works. Works the same way. So if you don't have the pigment fix and you just want the metal pigment, just one less product you have to have in your arsenal, and it works. So yeah, I go over all the key elements of the project and the little lock part. So now I went in when the gold paint was dry, and I'm going over it with to bring out more detail and to soften it all up with the white wax by DIY. And I just rub that into the crevices, and it just kind of gives it a softer look as well. And now what am I doing there? I'm using gold wax. And on the high points, just dragging my finger over the high points. It's not as bright as the pigment paint, but I wanted it a little softer. I could have went over with it kind of almost a dry brush. I don't know if you could with that pigment paint. I haven't tried it. And kind of just top the top of the roses and edge them a little bit. That might have worked too. I like what the white did. It's kind of softened it. Brings out the detail of it. Of all the leaves and roses. I go in here right away and do the red one. It looks really nice. I was testing to see if I liked the gold. Just the gold on the details instead of the white wax, but I think it needed the white wax. Just added another layer of interest to the project. You can rub that wax till it's almost like it's glossy. I think I go back and put some more gold pigment paint over. You're not supposed to go over that wax with paint, but I just touched it up a bit. like the lock part. I think I went over it with the gold paint. Let's brighten it back up. Now you'll see some reveal of the hearts. Oh, and just to finish them off, I took some black paint and went into the lock mechanism there. So you can kind of see that looks like more like a lock, and then tied a ribbon and a key to it. And I think they turned out pretty cute. Let me know what you guys think. So if you haven't yet, please like, subscribe, and share. Let me know that you like the projects, and we'll talk to you again. Hope you all are having a good day. Bye now.